Hello everyone. My name is Selena and I did my presentation over bisphenol A, which is also known as BPA. Uh, this is the chemical structure of BPA. It's a single hydrocarbon molecule that binds with other molecules to form polymers, such as polystyrene and polycarbonates. The first evidence of DNA toxicity of BPA was in the 1930s. It was found that it was an artificial estrogen. It was also began to be used in plastics in the 1940s and 1950s. What is BPA? BPA is a chemical used for lining metal cans and in polycarbonate plastics such as baby bottles, plastic bottles, food storage containers, power plugs, and automobile body primers. It's found in epoxy resins as well. There are over 2 billion pounds of BPA that are used in the production of epoxy resins and polycarbonate plastics every year. It provides a protective barrier between food and metal in cans and gives shape and durability to the plastics. General exposure of BPA. It's thought to occur primarily through ingestion, especially in children. Through children, they get affected more. There's low levels of it from eating food or drinking water stored in containers that have BPA. Inhalation and dermal routes also constitute significant exposure. Dental treatments also have the sealants, they contain BPA as well. Workers who manufacture products that contain BPA can be exposed. So here are some health concerns. BPA is a concern because of health effects and because the human exposure is so widespread. It's an endocrine disruptor and has been associated with heart disease in the adult population. It interacts with estrogen receptors and it acts as an agonist or antagonist via the estrogen receptor dependent signaling pathways. BPA has been shown to play a role in the pathogenesis of several endocrine disorders, including the male and female infertility, precocious puberty, hormone-dependent tumors such as breast and prostate cancer, and several metabolic disorders including polycystic ovary syndrome. It's a concern because of the possible health effects on the brain and the prostate glands of fetuses, infants and children, and could also affect children behavior. There's evidence of BPA in maternal circulation, which might lead to fetal exposure to unsafe BPA levels during the period of increased sensitivity during organogenesis. So BPA has some similarities with DES, which is diethylstilbestrol. It shares similarities in like structures, metabolism, and action with DES in vivo. It was prescribed to several million pregnant women to prevent miscarriages in the 1940s through 1970s. BPA increases prolactin release and stimulates uterine, vaginal, and mammary growth. DES was taken off the market when it was linked to reproductive cancers in girls born to mothers taking DES during pregnancy. It was an early warning signal for the similar toxic properties confirmed for BPA many years later. So there's some research on the levels of BPA in the US population. Most people have a detectable amount of BPA level in their urine. And in the fourth National Report on Human Exposure to Environmental Chemicals, scientists measured BPA in the urine of 2,517 participants aged 6 years and older who took part in the CDC's National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey during 2003 and 2004. By measuring BPA in the urine, scientists could estimate the amount of BPA that had entered people's bodies. BPA in the U.S. food study. So, and it investigates BPA levels in fresh. This was a study that investigated BPA levels in fresh, canned, and plastic wrapped human foods, as well as some cat and dog foods in the United States. An assortment of 105 humans, cat, and dog foods, human, cat, and dog foods were collected from grocery stores in Dallas, Texas in March 2010. Of the 105 total samples analyzed for BPA, 63 had quantifiable levels. BPA levels were similar in each of the three samples analyzed. And this is a table that displays the amount dose of BPA and the effects of it on mice in the year the study was conducted. These are just a few general health problems with BPA. The U.S. federal government has a strong support for the BPA safety. There is the Clarity Study, which is a research program designed to assess the potential health effects of long-term exposure to bisphenol A. The study results discussed that BPA did not elicit clear, biologically plausible adverse effects at levels even remotely close to typical consumer exposure levels. And these are some of the plastic types, which not all the plastic has BPA. There's different types. And you can check if the bottle you have has BPA in it. All you have to do is just turn your bottle or whatever jar upside down, and you have to look for an identification code, or also known as a recycling code. There should be a little symbol that should have a numerical code from 1 through 7 encased by 3 chasing arrows shaped like a triangle. The ones that are BPA free are 1, 2, 4, 5, or 6. If you have one that has a 3 or 7, these contain BPA. Well, 3 has PVC, and 7, well, it's not exactly, you can't tell exactly what it has because it's like everything put together. It's considered the catch-all category. And after these are made, the symbol can't be changed like after their post-production. There are some safety and prevention tips here that so you don't like consume BPA or get it in you. You can use BPA free products and avoid the codes 3 and 7. Avoid heat. Don't put plastic containers in the microwave or dishwasher because the heat may break them down over time, and then this will cause the BPA to leach into foods. You could also use glass, porcelain, stainless steel containers for hot foods and liquids instead of plastic containers. Baby bottles, some of them still have BPA, but they just say to use some that are like BPA free. And these are my references for everything.